All right, I'm going to bring out the panel. We have a full panel. She played the murderous pinhead who knows all, Pepper. Give it up for Naomi Grossman. She is the very sexy and smoldering angel of death, Frances Conroy. Aliens everywhere love this guy, and I heard your scream, so I know you love him too. Evan Peters. Executive producer Tim Minear. She is Satan and also Sister Mary Eunice, Lily Rabe. Executive producer Dante DiLoretto. I'm still praying for Lana. I hope you all are too. Sarah Paulson. Creator, executive producer Brad Falchuk. She is everyone's favorite tortured, demented, sad, twisted, singing, dancing Sister Jude, Jessica Lange. And creator, executive producer Ryan Murphy. So Ryan, tell me why you brought this episode to screen for us tonight.
You know, I mean, it's hard. It's like choosing children because I think so many of them are fantastic. And I just have to say, other than, you know, the first one in the finale, and I never wanted to bring those, is probably the one that got the most attention and reaction, and I thought it was brilliantly directed by Alfonso, who is here somewhere.
Woo! Where are you? Stand up, sucker. Make him stand up.
And I think it was the episode, usually in the run of the show, around episode or 3 or 4, where it, the storytelling really sinks in and you sort of get what the themes are and what the future of the show is going to be. So, I don't know, I just loved it. I loved everything about it. Everything.
And at what point did Anne Frank occur to you as being like a good character for a horror show? I loved it. That was not like a knock.
Well, last year we had the Black Dahlia, if you remember. I don't know. I thought, at the time I was reading about a lot of frauds, people who had impersonated famous historical people, and I read that sort of in the 50s and 60s there were so many women who stepped forward with different forms of psychosis claiming to be Anne Frank. So it was early on. The thing that was always worrisome to me is, you know, the payoff is so great, but would people really be freaked out not knowing that this woman was psychotic, because it was a two-parter. And there was a weird thing at the end, you know, where she sees James Cromwell in that picture, so it had a weird truth to it. So I would say from the beginning, we kind of, you know, we do that on the show where, you know, we like to take historical people, real or not, and sort of play with the form a little.
And as I told you guys, this episode definitely gave me nightmares for a long time, but I am curious where the nipple lamp came from. Brad, was that in the script? I know you wrote the episode.
I mean, it says wrote the
nipple
episode.
lamp.
You know, our writing staff is so wonderful, and it's such a team that I don't think any one person can take credit for any episode. And the nipple lamp, I think he was based a lot on Ed Gein, who was a
Cheers
famous
for Ed
serial
Gein.
killer. Yeah, Ed Gein. Some big Ed Gein fans in the audience, obviously.
All right.
And so it wouldn't surprise me. And so he would kill these women and make furniture out of their skin, lampshades, and so this was a fun sort of sexy way to homage Ed Gein. You're not gonna have an elbow lamp or a kneecap lamp. It's like you want a titty lamp,
You want a titty lamp. You do want a titty lamp. Jessica, I feel like I should have asked about the name game first because it was crazy. And it's something you asked for, right? You said you wanted to sing.
Well, yes. I mean, I had asked. Why not? In the beginning, we had talked about that she was a lounge singer, kind of a mediocre, failed career as a kind of torch singer, and we had that brief moment, but it got abbreviated to such an extent because we were just setting up the story, and there was a lot. So I said to Ryan one day, well, give me another musical number because it was so much fun doing this little early piece that we did in the nightclub with the band and the music and learning a song because I'm not a singer, so it's always great to do something that you don't know how to do, I think. And so somehow he came up with this idea of, and I thought it was brilliant the way it worked because if you're like, from the excess shock treatment and you don't know who you are and then suddenly you break into this fantasy thing about the name game. And what was most fun about shooting it was all the inmates. How, they really, really got into it. It was, it was great fun. It was great fun to do. It's an odd song. It's not one of my favorites.
Did you ask for a new one, or did you just say, okay, this will...
No, I thought, okay, I could do this one. this isn't like a hard song to sing.
The truth of the matter is, she was so damn happy to get out of that habit. And when I went into her makeup trailer, I'm like, I think we should do a Dusty Springfield thing. And she fell to the floor with happiness. The look of it was so fun.